Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard and I'm here with Kathryn Favazza. We were talking about Christmas on the Hill right here in St. Louis in the Hill neighborhood, our Italian neighborhood. And you were saying it's a day full of outdoor activities for families starting 11 a.m. on December 5th.
Correct. And so there are tons of events that start at 11 and go all the way up through the Mass at St. Ambrose Church, which starts at 5 o'clock.
And is this Mass something that is part of this day's tradition? I mean, obviously St. Ambrose has Mass every Saturday at 5, but is it special or different on this particular day?
Not generally. It's whatever Mass is in order for that day. So the special part comes after the Mass, where people will come out of the church and they serve hot chocolate and do a Christmas tree lighting. So last year was our first year where someone donated an enormous Christmas tree right outside the church, and they decorated it with lights, and then they lit it right after that Mass. So we will continue that tradition this year.
Very good. So the Christmas tree lighting around 5:45-ish when Mass is over.
Correct.
And then the concert
Yes.
back inside the church.
The concert will be back inside the church. Outside of the church during the lighting, the St. Ambrose Choir usually sings a few carols, and there's a sing-along that happens, which is really fun. And then after that, at 7 o'clock, we start our Christmas concert in the church. And it is usually packed, so get there early, get your seat. The Italians love to be early for those kinds of things, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And we will do an hour of just Christmas pieces, Silent Night, things like that, Joy to the World.
So you're singing, and you're a well-known singer here in St. Louis and also in New York. So we're lucky to have you performing again on the Hill. And who will be joining you?
So this year it will be me, a group called Clarion Brass, who will be doing, it's a group of 5 brass instruments, and they will be doing an amazing selection of Christmas pieces. And then also this year I have Eileen Gannon on the harp, and she does a really beautiful arrangement of Irish Christmas harp tunes, and it's always well received. So we're really excited about the concert. I think at the end of the concert, we're still a little bit in the planning process, but at the end we will join everyone together for a big finale. So it's going to be fun.
Right, because everybody needs to participate at Christmas time in those carols. So,
That's right.
So that sounds fantastic. So, and then of course go to dinner at Favazza's or the other restaurants in the neighborhood after the concert. And the restaurants will stay open late, you said, for
Restaurants will stay open late. So even if you just go for a coffee and dessert at Favazza's or wherever you may choose, they should be open at least until 10, maybe even 11 o'clock. You know, I think on Saturdays they stay open until 11 anyway. So as long as there are people coming, they will stay open.
Good. So in the last segment, we were talking about the Befana, who is an Italian character, if you will.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about who that is, what the history of that character is, and how she'll be participating on the 5th.
Okay, so she's such an interesting character. She's portrayed somewhat like a witch. She wears a dark cloak. She's a very old woman, and she carries a broom stick.
And she's represented, in Italy, she represents Christmas, right?
She represents the Epiphany, actually.
Okay.
So in Italy, the festival takes place between the 2nd of January and the 6th of January. But when you see her start to appear, that sort of symbolizes Christmas for the Italians. So she's very much a part of that holiday. And the tradition is, the story goes, the legend says that Befana was cleaning her house, and the Magi, the 3 wise men, came to her house and knocked on the door looking for the new Christ child, and asked her where they might find him. She didn't know, but she invited them to stay for the night, which they did. And when they left the next morning, they invited her to come see Jesus, this newborn king. And she declined, saying she had to clean. She was very well known for her cleaning. So they went on their way. And then later she decided, you know what, I should have gone to that. So the story goes is that she's continuing to search for the Christ child. So she left her house searching for the Magi and Jesus, and hasn't found him yet. So along her way, she hands candy to any child that she finds. And one interesting thing is she does come and put candy in the stockings of children on the Epiphany. But often it's rock candy, which is portrayed as coal. So the story is that children aren't expected to be good all year round. So there probably have been a little bit bad, so they get coal candy.
Yeah,
so I think
good.
that's pretty funny.
Very good. So nobody's perfect, right? Even in Italy and even on the Hill.
Correct.
So Kathy, thank you so much for sharing with us Christmas on the Hill this year, December 5th. And for more information all about the details on Christmas on the Hill, visit hillstl.org. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.